What's going on, party people? Welcome to another edition of the Men in Scoring Position podcast. I'm your resident runner on second, Bill Kyrist, joined by a man, some call him Travis Woo Woo. He's known around here as the runner on third because he's always about to score. Travis Benz.
What's up, buddy?
What's going on, man? How you doing?
Not too bad. You know Ronnie Woo-Woo?
Yeah, Ronnie
the
Woo
guy
Woo.
that you were referring to?
Yeah, your uncle.
My uncle?
Yeah.
He hurt himself.
Uncle Ron Ron. Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, he ended up like falling off of something.
Did he like tear his Achilles or he blew his ACL or something? I heard that's like a year injury.
But not in the game.
No, not in the game. No.
Yeah. Guys, if you're just tuning in, thank you so much. This is our second video recorded podcast, episode 16. Today is August 23rd. Thank you so much. We are the Men in Scoring Position. You can find us on Facebook, iTunes, and SoundCloud, self-titled at Men in Scoring Position. We're also on Snapchat and Twitter at Men in Scoring POS. And if you guys ever want to email us with thoughts, comments, general overall points of view, you can always email us at meninscoringpod@gmail.com. Billy, what do they always need to do?
Rate, review, subscribe, and tell a friend or two.
Tell a couple friends.
Tell 3.
Yeah.
4.
As many friends as you have.
If you have a gaggle.
Yeah.
If you have a group, like, you have your Stand By Me crew.
Yeah,
you know,
a plethora of friends.
Cornucopia.
Cornucopia. Also, guys, we usually upload these to our Facebook, but we are on YouTube as well.
YouTube?
Yes, we are. We made it.
Yeah.
So we're on YouTube. You can just type in Men in Scoring Position. Everything is pretty much self-titled and pretty, categorized. So it should be easy. If you guys have any issues, also email us. Let us know so we can work those kinks out.
Or comment. Do a little comment thread on our YouTube. Yeah.
If you guys subscribe.
Yep.
The minute we get 100 subscribers, everything will be self-titled.
The second.
Yeah, the second. So
we get that.
Also want to give a big shout out to Laugh Factory Chicago for hosting
World
us.
famous Chicago's Laugh Factory.
Yeah, great. And guys, if you like us, if you follow us and you show the box office, you'll get complimentary tickets to a show.
Oh, wow.
Which I keep forgetting to plug.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's a big deal.
Any episodes you watch, let me tell you.
Yeah.
Any episodes you watch.
Dude, it's the best Chicago's local comedians. We have every now and then we have some guests in here, but usually it's a lot of the really good just comics, I guess you would call them.
Well, I'm privileged enough to call them my friends. I know you are too.
Oh, yeah.
We've had a lot of them. We've had Tim McLaughlin, Paul Farivar.
On this podcast.
On this podcast
the
as well.
Lost Oppie Sanchez
The
episodes,
two lost. Oh my God, that poor
which
guy.
he thinks is a conspiracy
It's
now.
not
He's like, why is Tim McLaughlin's episode up, but the 2 ones with the Puerto Rican not up?
I know.
Huh?
Well, that's just him, white privilege.
Yeah.
But yeah, and there's a lot of great female comedians too as well, guys.
Oh yeah.
We have the Kristen Toomeys, the Rena Combs, the Rebecca O'Neills.
Kristen had me freaking rolling.
She's hilarious, isn't she?
She just goes there. It's great.
She doesn't look at it. But guys, I'm telling you, if date night, you got a group of friends, if you come with 10 friends, you come with 20 friends, and you show the box office that you follow us on any form of social media, then you get free tickets. I mean, that's a great date night special. So that being said, we also want to give our last shout out to our friends over at Frank's Bar.
Frank's Bar.
Open 11 to 4, 11 to 5 on Saturdays, located on DePaul campus, 2503 North Clark Street.
Favorite address.
Don't like 02, don't like 04.
Nope.
And tell Condito and Katie that you follow us. They'll take care of you guys. That being said, are we done with plugs?
We are.
All right, what's first on the agenda?
Well, I guess talk a little about the week that was. You want to start off with the Olympics are coming to a close. A couple days ago, the U.S. men's basketball team took home the gold.
The weakest team ever to win the gold.
The dreaded Serbians.
Oh, my God.
96-66. Katie went off, of course.
You see the bridesmaid in Pau Gasol over there like, man, can I just win one for once? He came in third, I think, right?
Third
Spain?
again?
Yeah.
I know they were back-to-back silvers.
I don't know. That team was just so ridiculous. Like, you're going to look back and be like, there was the dream team, and then there was, like, this team.
There was, the dream team, the redeem team. I mean, just the whatever team.
Oh, my God.
The
DeMar DeRozan.
These are some of our better players.
Like, you didn't have Russell Westbrook, Steph Curry, LeBron James on that team, but yet, like, you won gold.
I mean, you had Melo, you had Clay, you had KD.
Melo. Really, Melo's the guy we're talking about. KD went off, like, 24.
Melo is the all-time leading scorer in USA men's basketball.
Yeah, because he's
and rebounder.
100.
And he's 100 years old.
But all jokes aside, congratulations to the U.S.
Absolutely. I mean, anytime you win a gold, it's great. I understand that we dominate.
We are. We're the best in the world.
It's a little complacency.
When I saw what we did to China in that exhibition game, I was like, game over.
Yeah.
Done. And it was like next man up. Who do you put in? Like DeMar could go off. KD goes off. Melo goes off. Butler went off one game.
Clay went off a game. Yeah.
Clay went off again. Clay always goes off at some point.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was pretty cool. Yeah, I liked. You followed a lot of the Olympics this past.
I honestly didn't watch too much. Basketball is hard to find because they don't. The weirdest thing about the basketball games is they don't put them on tape delay.
Right.
So NBC packages their prime time from 8 to 11 or 8 to 12, whatever that is, and they take a lot of stuff that was taped earlier and they package it into this is our event for the night. We'll do a little bit of the gymnastics. We'll go a little bit to diving. We'll do this. For basketball, they don't do that. It's really weird that they don't
Well, they
cut it in.
They also allow professionals to play, and I've harped on that before. Where it's like this weird clause in the Olympics where you can't be a professional in your respective field, but you can be a competitor, and yet.
Well, here's the thing.
What is the rule on that? Do you know?
I don't exactly know the rule.
Nobody does.
I know. There's a rule about not necessarily being professional, but sponsorships.
Yeah.
And it's you can't get a sponsorship from. I think it's for a couple week period or something. But I did see Ryan Lochte on. I don't understand all this stuff.
Did you hear about his open letter? Guys, I just want
open letters need to stop.
God, let him go, guys.
Open letters, dear Mr. Manager, I'm a woman working in your whatever. Dear white people, dear black people, dear Cam Newton, stop dancing in the end zone. I had to tell my son that people who are rude sometimes win.
Go ahead, say it.
Go have fun with yourself somewhere else.
Can you do me a favor though? Can you tell me how you really feel?
I don't like it.
No, open letters.
They're so dumb.
You know what it is? Open letters are literally the disgusting politics of sports. How these extreme leftists, these extreme rightists, and I'm not going to go down there, but it's that's what it is. It's you're having fun. You're African American. Stop dancing in the end zone. Lady, why go take care of yourself.
If she would have flat out been you know what? I don't like seeing a black man happy. I would have more respect for her. But for her to be
she tries to hide behind this facade.
Yeah.
And
she goes. My son asked me, how are they letting the bad man win or whatever? Because he was rooting for the Titans and the Panthers came to score a touchdown.
Well, that was her first mistake.
Gets shoved.
That was her first mistake. Why are you going to let any respective son be a Titans fan?
I know that was last year. That still bothers me. It's just be hey, I'm racist, and that's okay. I hope hope my son doesn't grow up to be like him. You don't want him to be tall, athletic, extremely good looking, and great at his job that he loves.
And can we just
you don't want that for your child?
Can we just all take time to reflect on the fact that he was Tim Tebow's backup at some point? It's totally cool. No, you know what it is? Open letters are just the definition of pretentious underlying racism, or it's a justification of why you don't like somebody. But I'm pretty sure she's on a Westboro Baptist Church mailing list. Yeah. I really feel that's her.
Sorry, I had to put my phone on silent.
No, it's okay. I mean, some of us come prepared to work.
To work? We're getting paid?
Well, hopefully, maybe we'll get picked up iTunes. Am I right? Yeah. No, that was cool. Did you see
Tebow then? Because I'm gonna,
yeah. But really quick on the USA tip, did you see I forgot who USA was wrestling, but he got bit.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Dude, why was that not an instant disqualification?
I don't know.
I don't understand that.
I mean, you see him clearly get bit.
Hard.
And then they don't go to a replay. The judges don't go to replay.
And they allow replay in wrestling, correct?
I remember watching the clip, not watching it live, but watching the clip and hearing the announcers go, this is weird, the fact that they haven't stopped the match to look at the replay. Because I guess when you claim something along those lines,
they have to investigate it at some point. Yeah.
It's clear, too, and then he even goes, hey, he bit me.
Well, he ended up winning bronze, I think. So it ended up, being cool, but at the end of the day, it's dude, you got bit.
As a guy who's been bit, it's not fun. Don't do that. It's disgusting.
You want to tell us about your
No.
No, we're not going to do that. Maybe another time.
Maybe another time.
Yeah, you were bringing up Tebow, right? There's a couple things, man. I was watching Max Kellerman, Skip Bayless's replacement.
Yes.
On First Take, like him a lot.
I do too. I think he's a little
Keeps
out
trying
of
to
his
bring up boxing. It's
element.
like, dude,
No,
just
that's
stop.
he's a boxing guy.
I know, but like boxing, Michael Rappaport said something that was so true. He's like, I grew up, and he's got that Boston accent. He's like, listen,
He's
man.
a New Yorker.
Oh, is he from New York?
Yeah.
Or East Coast.
Brooklyn. He's got a Brooklyn
Yeah, he's
accent.
like, listen, I grew up, I'm not going to do a Michael Rappaport impersonation.
No, keep doing it. It's great. Mike, what do you think?
But he's like,
Do you think his Brooklyn accent's good?
you haven't given me a chance to do it. Jesus. Clam chowder. No, but he's like, I grew up a boxing fan, and he's like, I couldn't name 10 guys right now.
Yeah.
Outside of Mayweather, Pacquiao, and Timothy Bradley. You know what I mean? It's like you got Cotto, but like it's
at the same time, none of those are heavyweights.
none of them. Now, well, Vladimir Klitschko is the consummate heavyweight.
Yeah, Vladimir and Vitaly, and then Tyson Fury.
Yeah.
Who apparently is a dick.
But anyway, back to what Max Kellerman was saying. He's like, it was like, he goes, Tim Tebow's trying out for the wrong sport. Like, there's no film on him outside of high school playing baseball, and he's trying out for baseball. What he should be doing is he should still try to go NFL. I personally think he should pack his bags and go up to Canada and kill it.
Yeah.
Because Troy Smith is like making a name for himself with the Montreal Alouettes or winning championships. He's getting paid. Like, why are you so stubborn that you got to stay in the States? Like, you're not even. Isn't he from the Philippines? Like, wasn't he?
No, he's from Jacksonville.
Yeah. Well, he was born in the Philippines.
Was he?
Yeah. Because his parents were missionaries and so on and so forth, and he goes back all the time. But I'm like, you're not opposed to relocating. Like, why not just go to Canada, light it up, and somebody will give you a chance? You ever heard of Warren Moon? You know what I mean? Or didn't Jim Kelly play in Canada?
Maybe he just doesn't want to play football.
I don't.
Maybe he's looking for a way out of it.
Do you think he's the Kardashian of sports? Do you think he's just like an attention
Which
whore?
Kardashian?
All of them. They're all the same. Dashing.
I mean, it could be that. I know he's been doing college football live or whatever, the pregame show. I know he did Good Morning America.
Why not
for a
just
little
go
bit.
into commentating? You're a smart, good-looking guy. Like go into comment. Like, if you really want to play ball, I don't think he really wants to play ball. I think he loves being in a media circus. Truthfully, that's my humble opinion. I don't know the guy.
I don't think he has the personality necessarily to run. I just corrected myself in my own head. I was like, why doesn't he take over? I know Michael Strahan took over. Remember Regis and Kelly or whatever that morning show was.
But Michael's a character.
Michael Strahan's a character, and he's got personality. I was like, oh, why doesn't Tebow do that? And I was like, he couldn't handle an hour and a half. Like John Cena would be great.
John Cena's hilarious. I think
but Tebow, I don't think he has the personality for it. I think he's slowly coming to realize that he's not great on camera. I mean, he's good looking on camera, and he can get to the point, but he has to be the third guy. And I think he wants to be number one.
Yeah. Well, that's been
host.
his MO. No, I get. Yeah, no, and I also feel that, and as awful as this is to say, I feel that at some point, like, he'd be force-fed down people's throats, and people would get tired, and this is going to sound awful.
People are already tired of him. People were tired of this.
No, people are tired of the hype train. People weren't tired of Favre. People were tired of people covering Favre.
Yeah.
People aren't tired of LeBron. They're tired of people covering
Favre's
LeBron.
retirement? Oh, boy.
But, like, see, that didn't bug me as much as, like, every time I turned on the news, they're talking about it. It's not like Favre is out here, like, at a podium, like, well, I don't know, you're going to have to tune in tomorrow. Like, it's like he's...
Well, then, but then that turns into...
People like us need to cover something.
They equate it, though. I mean, they go, okay, I've heard the name Favre or Tebow or A-Rod or whatever over LeBron over and over and over again, so therefore now I hate that guy.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. It's an oversaturation. But Tebow himself has stayed relatively quiet. He goes to children's hospitals. He does his thing. I know you love him a lot.
Oh, boy.
The soapbox. Speaking of football players and whatnot, something came to my attention. The Browns are talking about, and I don't know if this comes from their front office, but they're talking about showing interest in trade offers for Josh Gordon. What do you think about that?
Right now, I'm sure the market is so low. You got a view.
It's not a wide receiver heavy market right now.
Well, no. What I'm saying though is the
tops.
offer for a guy who's been suspended. I think at least
refresh our listeners. That suspension though was hilarious. Like he's dumb, but he's not bad.
He missed 4 games 2 years ago to suspension. Then he lit up the league, and then he got suspended. He failed a drug test again. I forget the exact number of times he failed the test or how long he's been.
Talk about
out.
the Pro Bowl.
Well, he was totally okay. So he was supposed to be reinstated and play last year. And the deal was he couldn't smoke weed or he couldn't do drugs or whatever you want to call it, and he couldn't drink alcohol for the entire season. And he's on the plane to the Pro Bowl. Imagine that Brown going to Pro Bowl, right? He's got to be suspended.
That's not named Joe Thomas.
He has a drink on the airplane to the Pro Bowl, thinking the season, or maybe in his mind thinking the season was over.
Because now the Pro Bowl is pre-Super Bowl.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure.
Which I don't like.
The fact that, the regular season's over, whatever, with the playoffs.
You want to have a beer? He was on his way to Miami, or he was on his way to Hawaii.
So he got suspended for the entire year last year. So clearly he doesn't have the best people around him.
Are you supposed to know better at that point? Like, I don't know. Is that an abuse of power by Roger Goodell? It's like
and I think that was bad. So this is a guy who's been suspended multiple times for substance abuse, however you want to paint it. That's what it's called. Who, when on the field, lights it up.
Yeah,
but obviously,
I think he's not a Johnny Manziel lost cause. I think that
and he also he did come into training camp not in the best of shape.
Well, because he's doing like Burning Man and stuff. You know, it's like, I don't know if there's a screw loose. I think that wide receivers get a little too cocky. I mean, if you take into
divas.
Yeah, well, if you take into consideration like a lot of number 2s and number 1s even get cut like that, like the Reggie Waynes, the Marcus Colstons, the Roddy Whites, like these guys like think like, oh yeah, I'm gonna buy a mansion, and the next thing you know, it's like, we don't need you anymore. And it's like, oof, dude, if I was you, I'd be more fiscally responsible. I'd be taking care of myself a little better. I mean, Marvin Harrison was arguably top 10 receiver all time, and he's completely forgotten about.
So to get back to your original question about should they look at trade offers, I would say no, because he's out the first 4 games. His value is already really low as far as that goes.
Let him light it up for a year?
Exactly. Not even for a year. I mean, the fact that there's a trade deadline in the middle of the season and there's no real major trades in the NFL. There's one year, I think it was the offseason. The only major trade I can think of is Champ Bailey for Clinton Portis.
Yeah.
There's no major trades, and it's a guy like that. Let's say
greatest cornerback.
Let's say the Ravens do. Ravens start off kind of hot, and they're 6-3 or whatever. It's 5-2, right?
Did you say the Ravens?
For example.
Oh, I'm like.
For example, let's say they do that, right? And then trade deadline's week 9 or week 10. They need another wide receiver. That's the one thing they're missing.
Yeah.
Boom, that's when you trade Josh Gordon. But I don't think it's weird that there aren't major trades in the middle of the season.
Yeah.
But I think that's a perfect example because I think the Browns are going to be terrible this year. And if Josh Gordon can at least put up some good fantasy stats, like look good for a couple of games, that's when his value is going to be high.
Yeah.
And that's why you can get a second-round pick for him.
Yeah, no, I'm in agreement with you. I don't think it's a pressing issue right now. I think that there's
no reason to. You don't know what you have.
They're sitting, yeah, exactly. You're sitting on either a lottery ticket or a pile of junk.
Exactly.
Either way, like you're not going to get anything crazy for him now. So just let him do his thing.
Yeah,
and
don't let him near weed or beer.
Right, and and I will say with the fact that they brought in the acquisition of RG3, he needs all the help he can get. You know what I mean?
He needs a lot of help.
So. There's that, but we'll get back to. We're gonna do our prediction plunge segment here. I really wanted to talk UFC 202 with you and UFC in general.
Okie dokie.
Okie dokie. If you guys didn't see it, it was arguably one of the greatest fights in recent memory. Diaz-McGregor lasted all 5 rounds. Controversial win for McGregor. I personally like both those guys equally. I also think that
pick a side.
I don't want to.
Pick a side.
I don't want to.
Pick a side, fight the loser.
Right. No, I thought I was rooting for Nate. I think Nate could have easily won that. I think it was anybody's guess who won that fight. Now, they said it was 3 knockdowns in the first round. I think 2 of them, like he got caught, but he was never once out of it. So I think like a little bit had to do with like you're barefoot on a mat. Like you can just lose your balance at times. And McGregor lost his balance. And then they're talking about McGregor running around. At the end of the day, both of what these guys did was incredible. Like Nate initially wanted to go down to 155. McGregor's like, no, what kind of a dude would I be if I get lost at 170 and then we go down to 155 and win? I'm going to fight you at 170. He ends up winning. And they're like, oh, he's running around. Like, this dude put on like 20 pounds of muscle in 6 months and then had to condition himself to fight for that, which I thought was incredible. They never once went to the ground. McGregor's takedown defense was unprecedented. Like, I was like, what? Like, Nate could not get him to the ground. And as hard as McGregor was hitting Nate wasn't getting knocked out. Like, to me, that was Forrest Griffin, Stephan Bonner version 2.0 because there was an exchange at the end of the 3rd round for a solid minute where you were like, this is why we watch fighting.
Mm-hmm.
It was incredible. And then, yeah, man, I don't know. I mean, I think I would love to see those guys go at it again. I'm a little tired of the hype train. I think they both need a little bit of R&R for 6 months to a year, and then we'll start talking 3. Mm-hmm. But that's where I'm at with that. What do you think?
I didn't see the fight. I mean, I'm just going off of what I've heard about.
Fucking lie.
I heard it was great. Oh, let's take that again. Oh, the fight was great, Travis. Thanks for asking.
No, it was good. The other two ones that I saw, and we won't touch. We'll come full circle. Rumble Johnson, bad man, dude.
Yeah, some of us have to work Saturday nights, Travis.
Oh man, bad man. 13 seconds.
Can't always watch the UFC
uppercut,
fights.
and it wasn't like he was fighting a nobody. It was Glover Teixeira.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, he knocked
Rumble Johnson's.
He's a bad man.
Yeah.
Who'd he lose to? John Jones, right? That's it. That was good.
Cormier.
And then Cormier, yeah. You know who else is he needs him and Cruz need to get it on is Cody Garbrandt.
Oh yeah.
55 seconds, just absolutely dominant.
Yeah.
For not having a lot of huge names, it was a good card.
Better than 200.
Oh my God. Ridiculous.
It's so funny how that works out sometimes where there's great
200
names.
was a fucking snooze fest.
It was boring. I mean, not boring. It was boring.
It was boring.
Yeah, compared to this.
Yeah. So where do you think Diaz McGregor go from here?
I mean,
individually and then collectively.
I think they probably shouldn't fight at 170 again. If there's another fight, it should be at 155.
Which it will be.
Yeah, and Diaz has fought at 155 before. I think Nate was never a top guy at 170. I mean, he was maybe top 5 here and there.
His weight
maybe
is
top
155,
10. Yeah. And McGregor he's going to go wherever his mouth and Dana White want him to go. I mean, Dana White lost the money train that is Ronda Rousey.
Yeah.
So he was looking for basically anyone to step in there, and I think McGregor's the guy who was like, "I'll do it."
You know who could be, but nobody cares about 125 is Demetrius Johnson. Nobody wants to root a guy that you could take.
McGregor fought at 145, so it's not like it's.
But 145 is still a somewhat respectable weight. Like everybody, of course, wants that.
He's the
like
mouthpiece,
middleweight and
man.
above.
That's all it is. It's the mouth. It's because you don't have your superstars anymore at heavyweight, light heavy, or middle. You don't have no more Anderson Silva, no more Rich Franklin, no more.
Hey, did you get a shout out to my boy?
Yeah, from back in the day.
Thanks,
light heavyweight. You're used to Tito Ortiz, Chuck Liddell, Randy Couture.
Stacked division.
Back then.
And they would go in and out of light to heavy. Like it's not like they would just cruise at that weight.
So
like
McGregor's filling a void that a lot of these guys left, and he's the first one. He's one of the first ones to, other than Chael Sonnen, who got places he should have never. He should have never fought for any of those titles.
Well, here's the thing.
He was a great wrestler, but he was a great on the mic guy.
Chael
That's all it was.
Exposed Anderson Silva's weakness when everybody thought that Anderson Silva was untouchable, and he really was. Anderson Silva arguably could be considered the greatest if it wasn't for the taints and, because even the loss to Weidman, like with the leg, like, okay, that's an asterisk, right? But Anderson Silva was just unreal. Like Liddell would lose and Vanderlei would lose and Rampage would lose. And like they were exciting fights because they were fucking knockout artists.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I loved the UFC at that time. That was when I really got into it. And then it was a transitional phase, and Ronda did something for women and athletes all over that. That was a lot of exposure.
Yeah,
because of how dominant she was.
Yeah, no, she was super dominant. She was winning in 10, 20 seconds with arm bars, and it's not something you see.
No.
And so I think McGregor's the guy who stepped into that and is the face of the UFC now. And it's basically whatever he wants to do, whatever him and Dana White want to do together.
Yeah,
is what he's going to do. If he wants to. I guess Dana White's got to save a little face with the purists and be like, "Whoa, he's a 145 champion. He should fight at 145."
Yeah.
So that's probably going to happen. He might have a fight or two.
I really want to see. I know you might think this is silly, but I know we both pay homage to the Godfather in terms of Joe Rogan. I think that when and if the UFC loses Joe Rogan, that will be a big deal too. It's kind of like when Madden left and they put in drunk Chris Collinsworth. You know who is my number one?
I love Collinsworth.
It goes Collinsworth, Joe Buck for me.
I
My
like
God.
both those guys.
But if you guys are listening, thank you so much. But yeah, but I think Joe Rogan, the way that he's like a Mike Emmerich, like he breaks down the UFC in a way that not a lot of guys can.
Mm-hmm.
Like Kenny Florian's good, Brian Stan is good, but they're not Joe Rogan. You know what I mean? And then it's like, does Mike Goldberg, does he go when he, you know what I mean? What happens with that? Because like a lot of like why we get interested is we like the sport itself. But if the commentary is boring, then you're just a White Sox fan.
You know, like Hawk?
All right, that's it. Our producer's leaving. He's shutting
He
down
gone.
shop. He gone. You the real MVP. Oh man, but yeah, no, I think they both need to chill out for a little bit. I think Diaz needs to do his thing. I think McGregor needs to do his thing.
McGregor needs to fight at his own weight or vacate the title.
He looks deathly at those weigh-ins when you see like
At 145?
He can't go any lower than 145.
No, I mean, and that's kind of the point.
No, and right, obviously. But I just think it's when you see the side by sides of 170 weigh-in versus 145 weigh-in, it's skeleton. You know what I mean? It's like it's weird. I don't know. But well, thanks for all your input, Bill. You've really been a fucking great host over there.
He looked good at the weigh-in. I don't know what you want from me.
You want to have sex with him?
McGregor.
All right, what's next on the agenda? What else you got going on over there?
What else do we
Want to talk about kicking anyone
kicking?
while they're down? Possibly.
So I guess it just came out. Before we get in the prediction plunge, I thought the last thing we talk about is so remember when Steph Curry fouled out in the playoffs? And he
yeah.
got so pissed off, so pissy.
The mouthpiece
like
incident.
A baby. He threw his pinky, threw his mouthpiece into the crowd. That mouthpiece just sold for $3,000.
From the chick that wanted to fuck him?
$3,000.
Who?
So my question to you is: has there ever been any weird thing that you have paid for or you would pay for
Along those lines.
Anything Michael Jordan or Mike Ditka or like there's all the greats.
Let's say Mike Ditka shaved his mustache. Would you buy that mustache?
Not hair.
What if it's
Like a jockstrap though. That's
what if it's a mustache that's on like paper and then you can wear it?
I wouldn't wear it. I would frame it.
You would
Yeah.
you wouldn't wear it around. What if
Uh-uh.
Michael Jordan grew his little Hitler mustache again? Shave that.
He didn't have a Hitler mustache.
In the Hanes commercial, he did.
Oh my goodness. I'm not a big I don't want another dude's hair, but if he had sweaty balls on it, then yes. Yeah, I think
The Charlie.
What's
Chaplin.
that, Mike?
Thanks, Mike.
the Charlie Chaplin. Yeah,
Eddie?
why do you have to automatically go straight to Hitler?
It's always about Hitler. So
Oh,
someone's
man.
jockstrap basically is what you're
Yeah, if their nuts rubbed it or gooch or anything, I'm all for it. No, I mean if like something weird like that. Oh man, you know what I would pay a boatload of money for was you know how Jordan used to wear the wristband on his forearm.
Yeah.
I started
saying?
doing that.
Game-used wristband.
Oh my
Like that.
god. Yeah, I think I might have just became erect. Is that weird? What would you buy? Would you buy anything that like say Alonzo Mourning? No?
I mean, like, I wouldn't want anything weird like that. Like, I don't want Steph Curry's mouth. I don't want anyone's mouthpiece.
That's pretty
I
cool
don't
though
want-
if you like encase it and put it in a man cave. Be like, hey, remember that time you hit that rich kid in the face? That's the mouthpiece right there, baby. And $3,000 to guys like that, they probably wipe their ass with $3,000.
That'd be a bad use of $3,000.
To some people. You know, I heard a statistic and I don't know how true it is, but if Bill Gates was to drop a $100 bill, it would cost him more money in the time it would take for him to pick it up than it would for him to just keep walking.
That doesn't make any sense. You mean like, is he working?
No, like in terms of like the time that it would take for him to like recover that money, he would lose more money in the time that it took him to do that.
As opposed to, what's he doing?
I don't know. I don't. I'm
the
not.
weirdest
Me and
stat.
BG don't call people all the time.
Like one of those t-shirt guns where they just shoot money at it and you have to, like, catch it.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah, if you guys couldn't hear that, Mike was saying if you had one of those T-shirt guns, just shoot money at him instead. That would be more beneficial to him.
Exactly. So you want to get into this prediction plunge?
I'm in no rush, but sure. What the hell? Why not?
Yeah, give it a shot. Tell them what it's all about.
Okay, guys. Yeah, if you guys are tuning in for the first time, thank you so much. If you're a repeat, you guys should know. Prediction plunge is basically a
You should already know then.
You should already know. So Bill and I, we started a bet where we break down each division, And with each division, we do a point for their standings and a point for their win-loss record. At the end of this, we tally everything up, and we will be hosting a benefit here at the Laugh Factory sometime in February. But basically, the loser has to be videotaped doing the Chicago Polar Bear Plunge, benefiting the Special Olympics of Chicago at North Avenue Beach on March 6th. And it's a great cause. It's it's
absolutely.
Yeah, it's for a phenomenal cause, and all the proceeds will go towards Chicago Special Olympics. We will have more details on that in the near future. But this week, I believe we were breaking down the NFC South.
The old NFC South.
Yeah, which I think has your team.
Yeah, I'm going to actually switch hats for this one.
Are we doing that? That's a thing? All right. Well, it's not symmetrical.
Oh, okay. I got you.
I
got you, people.
It's got to be aesthetically pleasing for the viewers. All right.
There you go. Now I'm wearing my Bucks hat, so we're good.
So, yeah, guys, and if you have any recommendations or thoughts on this, be sure to hashtag us at Prediction Plunge, Twitter, Facebook, so on and so forth. We will respond promptly because that we're
prompt people.
We're prompt people.
We're tactful.
Buddy, I will ride your coattails. Take us through the NFC South. Who are we breaking down first?
I don't think tactful is the right word there. So I guess we just New Orleans Saints.
The Saints?
Yeah. Let's do that.
All
Yeah,
right.
that's how I feel about a couple of teams in this division.
Yeah, two of them. And then there was one I was really blown away by. But yeah, let's do the Saints.
So last year they ended up 7-9 with the 8th ranked offense and the 32nd ranked defense by far.
How many teams are in the NFL?
32.
Oh,
32
okay.
or 32. Their head coach is still Sean Payton.
He just gave him a contract extension. I think 5 years, right?
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah.
They made the right move in firing Rob Ryan, who is
That's your boy, right?
How does that guy have a job ever?
I thought that was your boy.
Oh my God! So they added in the offseason Kobe Fleener to replace Ben Watson. They added Nick Fairley, defensive tackle. They added James Laurinaitis, safety Roman Harper, who I just kept confusing with Darren Sharper. I was just like, wait a minute,
no joke, dude.
Wait a minute. They lost Cree Robinson, Marcus Colston, the aforementioned Ben Watson. They're probably their best offensive lineman, Jari Evans, and the very tall Brandon Browner, the quarterback.
The Saints also got Cortland Finnegan.
Did they?
Yeah.
Cortland Finnegan, all right.
Still hanging out.
Oh, wow.
He was on the Panthers last year.
Oh, was he?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. So they added him and Roman Harper then, both from the Panthers.
Yeah, Roman Harper's a big
I noticed there's a couple moves like laterally in the division. In the draft, they got defensive tackle Sheldon Rankins from Louisville, who already is hurt and out for the season. A wide receiver Michael Thomas and a safety Von Bell, probably their best pick out of Ohio State. Yeah, I mean they're a team that has Drew Brees. That's like all.
Seriously.
That's all I saw.
And I like how they're like not wanting to really pay him because of his age. Fuck you guys.
I mean, he's still getting paid. It's 19-20 million, I think.
Dude, it's Drew Brees. The reason that guy doesn't get paid is because I don't know why. If you look at his numbers, they're staggering. You want to talk about a first ballot Hall of Famer and Phillip Rivers? I want to talk about Drew Brees. If that guy has if he has a 4,500 yard season, they're like, what's wrong with him?
No, he would have had 5,000 last year if he would have played all games. He missed one game.
Missed one game.
Yeah.
He is one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hands down. Like if you don't put Drew Brees in there, you're dumb. You just don't know football. Like he's incredible. Nothing about this team really did it for me. They lost Marcus Colston and they lost Akeem Nicks. So my question is, who are they throwing to? But then at the end of the day, Drew Brees made Marcus Colston and Hakeem Nicks. I don't know, man. I view him as a giant. Mm-hmm. So Roman Harper was a great pickup. Kobe Fleener was a great pickup. Roman
Harper is 45 years old.
I like him. You don't need to be young as a safety.
Yeah, you do.
No, you don't.
To be able to cover anyone,
they got him back there.
Good.
They got him back there as a missile seeker. That's it.
He's not good.
Oh, I strongly disagree.
And you're gonna tell me James Laurinaitis is good too?
What
if the worst linebacker, middle linebacker? Oh my, you're so silly.
You could have Shea.
Silly.
You want Shea McClellan?
That's an outside linebacker.
Whatever.
And no,
I like James Laurinaitis. I also like his dad too.
His dad was awesome.
Yeah.
Animal, road warrior animal. Yeah.
Nick Fairley. They always have that big defensive tackle. Always. The Saints have always had that
And
tackle.
you would have paired well with Sheldon Rankins, but
Yeah.
he was carted off the field last week out for the season.
I think they have holes, definitely. I think Sheldon Rankins, they picked up Michael Thomas from Ohio State along with Von Bell, free safety from Ohio State, so maybe that's why Roman's there. It's just kind of groom these guys. Not these guys, but Von Bell.
Better groom him quick.
And then, yeah, right. Before we put you in the old folks
So
home.
old.
Oh, stop it. David Onion, I can't even pronounce it, but he came from Canada, defensive tackle they got in the 4th round. So they're really trying to upgrade that line. Obviously, they tried to upgrade the linebacker position.
I would hope so. 32nd ranked last year. I mean, it's by far, too.
Well, that's probably why they're bringing in these old guys right now. Because they're like, all right, listen.
Like a stopgap?
Just, they're going to have holes. You're not going to go from 31st to first or 32nd to first. It's just not a thing that's going to happen.
No.
So what they're trying to do is they're trying to, plug some holes. They still let some water through, but they're obviously trying to stop.
You can't say that.
What? Plug some holes?
About letting water through.
Oh,
Dude,
dude,
come on,
what? That is not what I meant.
Come on, man.
whatsoever. God. And what? They're not allowed to date anybody named Katrina.
Because of the
either?
flooding? Yeah.
I'm not allowed to talk about snow in Minnesota now? What the fuck? Yes, you're a dick. Colby Fleener was a good pickup. I like that a lot.
It was, but he does drop some passes every now and then. Ben Watson was oddly good for them last year. And
Terrible.
I think Fleener,
terrible
Breeze is going to
fantasy pickup.
Drew Brees is going to get frustrated, I think, with Fleener, because Fleener does drop passes, and it's going to be like Drew Brees likes people that catch the. I mean, every quarterback likes people that catch the ball, but he in particular locks on. Like, he'll change.
I think the only thing
he's always the thing with the Saints. I always remember with fantasy wise is you never wanted a wide receiver because he would change week to week based on who would drop passes.
They're going to be a play action team. They're going to rely on their run game. They're going to. I know that sounds blasphemous because they have Drew Brees, but it's going to be a lot of play action. They're going to pound, and they're going to play action to Colby. They're going to play action to probably this Michael Thomas kid. But other than that, they do not have a lot of depth at the wide receiver position.
No, it's
whatsoever.
Willie Snead and Brandon Cooks. Brandon Cooks is all right. He's pretty good.
I mean, slant routes maybe,
Yeah.
So, again, this team didn't really do much. I thought that the release of Marcus Colston was unique because when I think Saints, I think, Marcus Colston and –
Yeah, I mean, he definitely wasn't a top-tier wide receiver anymore. I don't think he ever was a top-tier.
Should we bring back Joe Horn?
10 guy. Bring back Joe, yeah.
Bring
exactly.
back Horn. So, yeah, I think but if anybody can do it, it's that guy down there.
So do you think he can do it, though?
I don't see a dramatic change in their win-loss record. Let's just put it that way. We always, by the way, if you're just this is your first prediction plunge, we break these teams down at the end. We go over their win-loss and whatnot. But
so my notes about this team are their best players, obviously Breeze, Ingram, Cooks, Max Unger, their center, Cameron Jordan, and Jerry Spurd on defense.
Didn't they get Derrick Henry in the draft?
No, Derrick Henry went to the Titans.
Went to the Titans, right?
Yep.
Who's their backup running back?
CJ Spiller.
CJ Spiller. That's not bad.
It's not good.
It's not good. Yeah.
The worst I just wrote defense because it's not good. They have two good. They have a couple good players on there, but a couple good players don't make a difference. And the fact that I disagree with you. I don't like Laurinaitis. I don't like Roman Harper, and I think they're just plugging him in because they're players who've played in the NFL before.
I think that their run defense is definitely going to go up.
So they have an older Drew Brees, injury-prone running back. There's a downgrade in tight end. They have a bad defensive defense. It's all bad. It's all bad. And
that's funny. They have a bad defensive defense, man. What can you do?
I wrote bad dino. I think that's what it looks like in
We're
my
just
notes.
jotting down notes to look cool.
Oh, it just says bad D. That's what it is. Comma, no real improvement.
Do you want that good D?
That's the one I wrote.
Do you want that good D, baby?
It looked like bad dino. I was trying to figure that out.
That is
I handwrite my notes beforehand. So let's move on to another team. Oddly enough, in the NFC South, because we're doing the NFC South.
Is that weird?
Oddly enough,
that's pretty weird.
The Atlanta Falcons,
Love
the Dirty Birds.
I like this. I really do. This is the team that blew.
We will get into this.
Yeah.
Okay, last year ended up 8-8 with the 21st ranked offense, despite having Matt Ryan and Julio Jones, 21st, and Devontae Freeman. Defense 14th. I like their head coach Dan Quinn. They started off hot last year, 5-0, ended up 8-8. In the offseason, they added, get this, Matt Schaub, Muhammad Sanu, Derek Shelby, and Courtney Upshaw. Also, actually, they did make one really good pick in Alex Mack, the center from the Browns. They lost the aforementioned Roddy White, Jake Long, Justin Durant, and William Moore. They're starting outside linebacker and safety, respectively. In the draft, they got just a bad dude. I like this guy, Keanu Neal.
From
the
Florida.
Safety from Florida, who's going to play the Mark Barron, like rover back, strong safety, 8th guy in the box, 4th linebacker style guy. I like him. Linebacker Deion Jones, tight end. I think probably the best tight end in the draft, or at least one of the
Austin
best.
Hooper.
Austin Hooper. And then the only one I've noticed that I liked was Devondre Campbell, the linebacker from Minnesota. So, yeah, that was their offseason. What are you thinking about this team?
I love this team. I love this team. I think this is going to be one of those like worst to first kind of stories, man. I think there's a couple other things you forgot. They got Dwight Freeney.
You like these old players, dude. It's not 2008. It's not 2009.
I give you your time.
2007. It's not 2006 either.
I love the fact that they demoted our old general manager and Phil Emery to a scout.
Oh, really?
He went from general manager to scout. That's how fucking bad of a job he did. But to his credit, he is a good scout. So. Yeah, they lost Charles. They lost Charles Godfrey to retirement. Roddy White, like you said, but picking up Alex Mack is huge.
Yeah,
if he can build a rapport with Matty Ice.
Yeah,
Mohamed Sanu.
They better build a rapport. I mean, you're sticking your hand underneath that guy's butt.
Touch it.
Yeah.
Mohamed Sanu is a good pickup. Courtney Upshaw was a monstrous pickup. I think. I really like Courtney Shaw. Dwight Freeney can still get it done. Keanu Neal, they're going to obviously throw him in right away. They're plugging up all these holes, man, in their draft. Let's break it down. They got a strong safety, an outside linebacker, a tight end, and another outside linebacker. That is literally all their needs. So whether it goes into effect immediately or not, I don't know. But I know that if I'm totalitarian front office, this is exactly what I would have done. I think they did a really good job.
Yeah. I mean, I think those guys have talent. I just don't. It's like, yeah, they are plugging their holes. They're drafting based on need. Necessarily, were they necessarily the
Ice
best?
needs to step up.
The best player, available at that time? I don't know. Probably not.
Sure.
But they're drafting based on need, which is always good. It's good to fill the holes. But these guys, maybe they're good, maybe they're not. Who knows?
Well, weren't they saying Roddy was a little bit of a cancer last year because he wasn't getting the touches he needed? He was kind of like being a baby.
Roddy White has not been Roddy White for 4 years.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I'm with you on that. I like this team a lot. I have nothing bad to say about this team. The only thing is, can they get it done? They have the talent. I truly believe they have the talent.
I hate this team.
Well, I know you do. You're a Bucks fan.
No. I just mean I don't like this team. I think the fact that they were 21st in offense with remember Matty Ryan, remember Julio Jones, remember Devontae Freeman. Mm-hmm. Those are all quote unquote great players, right?
Yeah.
How do you rank 21st in offense with that? With those are your triplets.
Who was their tight end?
Exactly.
Yeah. So
I mean, they obviously been looking for a replacement for Tony Gonzalez. I get that, but if you have that big three, I mean, okay, maybe you're 15th, maybe you're 14th, you're 21st ranked offense with that talent.
No, I'm with you on that. But Devontae Freeman, you can't really lump him in there. He had a really good year, and he was an amazing
first half of the year.
Yeah, an amazing fantasy pickup. But he wasn't. Is he an every down back? No, is he a Todd Gurley? No. But
they'd
you're
be better
right.
off using Tevin Coleman, I think, on first and second, and then and as more of a split back.
I do think bringing
Freeman's a better receiver.
Yeah, bringing in Sanu as a number 2 would be good.
Sanu's not good.
He's all right. You don't need we're so used to them having 2 prolific receivers and a deep ball. When you think Atlanta Falcons, you think 50-yard bombs. Right? I mean, that's what I think of. I don't think of them as a running team. You know what I mean? But I think they're I think they'll be good. I'm going on a wild one with this. I think I'm going to blow your mind when we do our actual predictions. Do you have anything else for this team?
Yeah. So they're underperforming offense, as I think I've harped on enough.
Mm-hmm.
Can Freeman repeat the first half of last year where they used Coleman more? They have pretty good defensive backs, but there's no pass rush. They have the least amount of sacks, I think, in the past 5 years.
Okay.
Yeah. They just don't get any pressure. Will Freeney get a couple sacks? Yeah.
Don't forget about my man Courtney Upshaw, dude.
Yeah. exactly.
Upshaw's good, and then they got John Abraham, right?
Yeah, but these are all guys in their 15th, 16th year.
Babineau?
Yeah, I know their names. It doesn't mean they have any sort of pass rush. No, Abraham's in Arizona, buddy.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Abraham is in Arizona. That's right.
Yeah. So let's go on to a team that I actually like. I mean, I don't like them I just think they're good.
The
Carolina
Panthers. Yeah, we can go there.
I forgot they finished 15-1 last year, and they were
Yeah.
14-0 to start the season. They were
did
number
nothing in the
one in
offseason.
offense, number 6 in defense. I don't think they should have. We'll get into that.
They
in just
don't
one
need
second.
to. Yeah.
Number 1 in offense, number 6 in defense. Their head coach, of course, is Riverboat Ron Rivera. The point differential 192. They averaged average margin of victory was 13 points. 2 touchdowns was their average margin of victory. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
They added, I don't know, Paul Solai. He's a Samoan fella.
Gino Gradkowski.
That's a cool name, though.
What?
Hey, Gino Gradkowski, huh? Center.
Wait, time out. You know Gradkowski's Polish, right?
Gino Gradkowski. It's Polish.
No, if anything, it'll be like, but it's a Gino Gradkowski.
But like Gino.
No, just because his name is Gino doesn't mean that. He's probably half Italian, half Polish.
Yeah, a little bit both.
Okay.
I guess you could kind of view it as them adding. Kelvin Benjamin's coming back from injury.
That's huge.
That's a big deal. They lost offensive tackle Nate Chandler, Peanut Tillman, Travis's favorite player Roman Harper, and their punter Brad Mormon.
How did you forget about Jared Allen and Jericho Cotchery and Josh Norman?
Josh Norman, I was going to get to Josh Norman. That was a special aside. Jared Allen was not good. Jericho Cotchery's not good. So there you go.
Jericho Cotchery was a big part of that offense last year.
No, he wasn't.
Kind of was.
Just because you have 400 yards in a season doesn't mean you're a big part of the offense.
They didn't need him. They had Greg Olson.
Oh, it's like Jazz. It's the notes they don't play that matter. With the draft, they got defensive tackle Vernon Butler, and they got a buttload of cornerbacks. James Bradbury.
Did you see that number 3 pick?
Zach Sanchez.
Daryl Worley, cornerback.
Yeah.
West Virginia. I liked him a lot.
Did you?
Yeah.
I mean, they drafted a lot of cornerbacks. That's all.
That's good. I mean, they don't really need anything else.
No, they have a pretty decent offensive line, although the tackles got exposed against the Broncos. I mean, if you look at their regular season, their playoff run, like I said, they're 2 touchdowns average margin of victory. They scored 40 and 35 or 38 in the playoffs, and then they ran to the Broncos.
Yeah.
And just those 2 defensive ends just tore Michael Orr and the other guy apart.
Michael Orr looked
The
like
blind side,
oh
yeah.
my God, he looked like he was. He just wanted to go home.
I
want to go home.
I mean, the thing is, they didn't. If they would have maybe made a big trade for like a Joe Thomas or something, I would have had them 15-1 or 16-0 again. Like
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like that's the thing they needed.
Yeah.
I still think
They
they
got
were really
Luke.
good. They did lose Josh Norman, as we just said, but I'm not necessarily as upset about that for them. Like if I was a fan,
You know
of
me,
them,
man. I'm a cornerback guy. Josh Norman does nothing for me.
He was good for 1 year, and was he really good? Yeah, he was really good.
That's also what it's gonna be. Like he may like. No, I'm with you. I'm 110% with you. My favorite position
There's
on
no
the
Malcolm
field
Butler.
is the cornerback position, and Josh Norman is a hype train. I think he got paid.
He got paid because of his mouth.
He got paid because of his mouth. He got paid because of what he did on Monday Night Football. He got paid
Because of his thing with ODB.
Yeah, that's why. Like, but in retrospect, Josh Norman, I mean, he's a beast, but even his peers, like, I guarantee if we were to take a poll from top 100 players and they were like, who's better, Patrick Peterson or Josh Norman? 90% of them are going to say Patrick Peterson.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's just a guesstimation. I don't know. But I would take Patrick. I've never really been a big Darrelle Revis guy either, to be honest with you.
That's silly.
No.
Revis was great.
No, Champ Bailey, like there are great cornerbacks, and Darrelle Revis is a monster, but like he's not. There's 10 guys that would have taken over him all time easily for sure. But like right now, Patrick,
I disagree with that part, but I do agree with the Josh Norman as a hype train.
he is an absolute hype
And
train.
I mean, they obviously like we just said with
who's that kid on Carolina?
with the
Marcus
Falcon.
Peters.
In Kansas City.
Yeah, Kansas
Marcus
City.
Peters
I like
great.
Marcus Peters. I like Joe Hayden. I like Jonathan Joseph for a while. Like,
So they drafted based on need, like we just said with the corners again. There's no one to really step in.
well, they
for
don't
Norman.
need to, man. They went 15-1. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
I mean, they've got a great defensive line. They have a great linebacker core. It's going to be a little tough, a little rough on the defensive backs, I think, this year. So let's say they drop from 6 to 10 in defense. But that pass rush is still there.
Yeah.
They still get a lot of pressure.
Kuechly's
on the
over there
quarterback.
doing his thing, and then they got that outside linebacker too. I can't think of his name.
Thomas Davis and
Thomas
Shaq
Davis, yeah.
Thompson, who
Yeah.
are both really good, really
And
athletic.
Thomas Davis played injured.
Yeah, the broken arm.
Yeah, man. So he got healthy. That'll be fun to watch.
I think they're a really good team if they run the same style. I mean, obviously, it's all about Cam Newton. If Cam Newton can stay healthy, which he's proven to have done, he's never. I mean, I guess any team is if blah 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 stays healthy. But
Ron's a good coach too. Don't underestimate Ron.
Ron's
Rivera.
fun. I loved when he turned into Riverboat Ron. That might have been my favorite thing.
See, I still remember as our defensive coordinator. Like, he's a defensive-minded coach, but he's a head coach.
But then he
which
turned
makes
into a
that
guy
scary.
who was just going for it on fourth down.
Yeah.
I think you should always go for it.
Well,
If
statistically
it's less than 4th and 4, you should go for it every
Statistically
single time.
speaking, that is the smartest thing to do, but head coaches don't want to do it because they want to keep their job.
Exactly. That's all it is. Is
all it
because if they fail, it's why would you do that?
Right. No, I like them. I like Ron Rivera a lot. And
You
then
have a 6'6" quarterback and a bowling ball of a running back too.
yeah,
And Mike Tolbert
Mike
too on
Tolbert,
top of
yeah,
that.
Jonathan Stewart.
If it's less than let's just do this. Let's be smart. If it's less than 4th and 2, you're telling me Cam Newton can't get you 2 yards every single time?
Jump over the pile, yeah.
Exactly. Extend the ball out. Like, come on.
Yeah, no, they're awesome. And then you got to take one of my personal favorites, in Greg Olsen.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Greg Olsen is amazing. That guy is so fast, and he's up there in age. He's veteran savvy. His hands are incredible.
Yeah.
How often do you see Greg Olsen drop a pass?
Yeah.
You know,
Not
and you know what
often.
the funny thing is when
Not
he
often
was
enough.
when he was a Bear, he wasn't the one known for hands. It was Desmond Clark was hands, and we had this raw talent out of Miami that was super fast and was a good route runner. He would drop a little bit here and there, but Desmond Clark was the hands. Now that he's gotten older, his hands are incredible, man.
Yeah, and he's definitely Cam Newton's number one target. And I think with Benjamin coming back, like we were just saying, I mean that's gonna be a good team right there.
That kid,
I like that.
I'm
team.
picking him up if
Yeah.
he's available. I'm taking him. So let's get down to the division winners.
I don't know if I should wear my Bucks hat for this, so I have to be objective or subjective on this one. I'm gonna
You
got to
rip. I'm gonna take a back seat
while
right
I
now.
review them, and then when we go over the records, I'm gonna take off the hat.
Oh,
take off
man.
the fan hat, and I'm gonna be serious with you.
Dude, can I just I love you to death. You're one of my best friends.
Yeah.
There is a lot wrong with this team.
Okay.
From top to
Hold up.
bottom.
Okay, here we go. All right, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Last year, finishing out 6-10, firing their head coach Lovie Smith, promoting their offensive coordinator Dirk Cotter. They were 20th in offense, 26th in defense as far as points go. However, top 10 for yards for both. Look at that. That's a little bright sign there for you. They added guard J.R. Sweezy. That's a fun name.
It's a good pickup.
J.R. Sweezy.
From Seattle.
Yes. Defensive end Robert Ayers. Inside linebacker Daryl Smith. Cornerback Brent Grimes and his crazy-ass wife. Cornerback Josh Robinson from UCF.
She's a psychopath. Dude.
They lost Bruce Carter. Doesn't matter. Wasn't starter. Lost Henry Melton. That one kind of hurts. And lost Sterling Moore. Replaced with Brent Grimes.
The former Bear.
Yeah, Henry Melton was good. I liked Henry Melton.
Where did he go? Do you know where he went?
No, actually, I don't.
Me neither.
He's gone.
He's gone.
He's never there.
Henry Melton, right?
The draft traded down actually with you guys. I think I picked up a 4th round pick from you guys.
Broncos.
Oh yeah, to replace Kareem Jackson or whatever his name is.
Malik Jackson.
Malik Jackson.
That was racist.
And the draft.
Jesus. Kareem Shahi, one of those names.
Their first round pick was the cornerback Vernon Hargreaves III. They can immediately start in the nickel slot or nickel.
Another Florida
corner.
kid.
Yeah, defensive end Noah Spence.
What's that next one, Bill?
boy.
What's that next guy?
Oh boy.
We gonna skip over him?
Oh boy. They traded up
The legend.
for the kicker Robert Aguayo.
How's he doing? I heard he got
Okay, so
some kind of reception.
apparently he's already missed 3 kicks in the preseason. After missing 10 in 4 years, he missed 3 in the preseason. He's apparently seeking counseling for mental help for distress from missing those kicks already. We have kickers ahead case.
He's got a solid. Go ahead, say it. Fuck.
man. Like, fuck. All right. Anyways.
Oh my god, that is the most fun I've ever had on this show. Oh my god. Fuck. All right, man. Go ahead. Go nuts. Go break it down. What? What's that, Mike?
This whole circle every podcast, just fuck!
Yeah, we're never gonna get picked up by the Special Olympics because we're too vulgar.
Cornerback Ryan Smith, offensive tackle Caleb Bennick.
North Carolina Central, right? Ryan Smith.
Correct. Central NCC, I guess what the kids call
But
it.
the NCC won't let him be.
No, hey there, that's fun.
I like that.
This is a team I think I'll just do this. Okay, this is a team that was not very good in the red zone last year. As I said before,
I don't understand why though.
Okay, that's the thing. We were in the top 10 in offense as far as yards go.
Yeah.
But 20th in scoring because we just couldn't score a touchdown in the red zone.
Now, was it your run? Because I wasn't focused on a lot of the Bucs games, but like, was it because you guys couldn't punch it in, or was it a bad case of the drops, or was
little
it
bit of both. So
Austin
Evans-
Safari and Jenkins just not being anything?
Tight end, I have that as one of my question marks. Apparently, Brait has the starting track over ASJ now. ASJ is the guy. Austin Safari and Jenkins is the guy with so much talent, and he's apparently doesn't work hard. Him and Mike Evans apparently.
You know who he's mirror imaging career wise, and so there's
Kellen
help.
Winslow?
No, Martellus Bennett. When Martellus Bennett went to Dallas, he wasn't anything.
Oh, so when he leaves, he's going to be good.
Yeah, well, that's you're a Bucs fan. You should know this by now.
Evans needs to stop dropping the damn ball.
Yeah, he had the most drops in the NFL, right?
Did he have 4 or 5 in one game? I was watching that. It was the most frustrating thing watching him play.
Those Texas Tech guy party, man. They just need to put the bottle down and start running some routes. Like do what Vincent Jackson does.
Need to get better at the safety. It's freaking Bradley McDougal and Chris Conti.
Oh, you don't like Chris Conti? What about Major Wright?
Our linebackers are good. Quan Alexander needs to get better.
Major Wright
he's good.
Is injured, right?
Major Wright, I think, got cut. We need to do better. We have Colt McCoy. We have. You're getting me flustered here. I'm still upset about Robert Aguayo.
I didn't do anything, man. I'm not the one that made him go into would you even call it a bitch hab? And you know what? Honestly, the pressure.
We need more pass rush. Basically, is there a big issue?
Well, we got Gerald McCoy. Fuck you.
We need more pass rush. We don't get sacks.
We need more cowbell.
We need more cowbell. And then my other question too is: can Martin perform after getting paid? That's a big issue.
Yeah. No. You know what though? Doug Martin. He's the weirdest case to me. I don't know how to break him down. He's either incredible. He's like the Steph Curry of regular season games. He's either incredible or he's a no-show.
Here's how you view it. His rookie year, he was really good. Sophomore slump happened.
Sure.
Third year, he got hurt. He wasn't doing
That's
that
it?
well,
That's
though.
his entire career right now?
And then fourth year, he did really well.
Okay.
That was last year. We had 1,500 yards.
Well, let's just
First
say this.
year, he had 1,200
He
yards.
has the ability and the facade to take the pressure off of famous Jameis, who is a stud for you. I was really blown away by that. I really thought that he wasn't going to be able to pull his head out of his ass, but I stand corrected. Hopefully he's able to continue to air it out. Vincent Jackson is huge for you guys. I know you're not into these old guys, but I guarantee he makes Jameis sleep a little better at night when he's got that 6'9" monster out there that can just get up and get it. Now, Mike Evans needs to stop dropping the ball. Mm-hmm. Your tight ends need to pull their head out of their asses.
Yep.
How's their offensive line?
It's up and down. Lost Logan Mankins. Added J.R. Sweezy.
The legendary Bucs player, right? Logan Mankins?
Yeah. But, I mean, I do like – so we re-signed DeMar Dotson. He was missing all of last year. We used a second-round pick last year on this guy, Donovan Smith, a tackle from Penn State. He was supposed to be our starting right tackle. Dotson gets hurt. He gets moved to left tackle. Actually, was okay. He wasn't that bad. But we just re-signed DeMar Dotson. So DeMar Dotson is going to be our starting left tackle again. Donovan Smith is moving to his natural position, right tackle.
Right.
And Ali Marpet is our other starting guard, who I like.
Who's your backup running back?
Backup running back is Charles Sims the third.
Sims the third. I like him.
I like Sims as a third down back and catching back. I think he's really good in
that's
pass
good.
protection and catching.
Well, look at it this way. You guys have receivers.
And Cotters is a guy who last year really opened up the playbook, and you can see that. I understand. Again, I know it's all about scoring touchdowns, and 20th in offense is not good enough. But Cotter, as the offensive coordinator, you could clearly see a difference between that and the Shiano and the Lovie Smith era, like as the offensive coordinators. You can
That's
clearly
my big
see a
question mark for you
difference.
guys is your guys' coaching.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what's going to – because I know what to expect with Lovey. I as a Bears fan, I know where you guys are going to rank. I know where you guys are going to be. I know how your defense is going to be. You still have Levante David. You got Gerald McCoy. Like, you guys –
Levante David is the best weak side linebacker in the game.
I wouldn't argue that.
I mean,
No, wait, time out. Is Terrell Suggs considered a weak side linebacker?
No, I'm talking. This is a 4-3. It's
Okay.
a 4-3 defense.
Right.
It's a totally different
Right.
style
No,
of
obviously, I know.
linebacker.
Yeah.
So in a 4-3, the weak side linebacker, he's the best. I mean,
Yeah.
which is like there's 10 of them.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
But he's a tackling machine. He's got a nose for the ball. He always has a few picks and a few sacks. He's definitely our best player. McCoy would be our best player, but he just keeps getting hurt. Torn triceps, torn shoulder, torn this, torn that.
Oof, he's gonna hurt later
torn
on.
biceps, torn. Like he keeps doing stuff like that.
What is your biggest question? If you had to do one question mark from general manager all the way down to punter, what is your biggest question mark for this team?
There's so many.
The biggest one. Is it defensive backs?
Yeah, defensive backs or pass rush too. Can we? Because they
Get
go
any
hand
pressure.
They go hand in hand. If a good pass rush is going to make your defensive backs look good, a good defensive backs who can hold coverage make your pass rush look better. So if we can improve one of those, the other one goes up. That's how it works.
Yeah.
No,
It's
I mean Hargreaves is not a number one corner. He's a slot corner. He's a nickel corner. We got Brent Grimes, who did not have a great year last year, but 2 years ago was a Pro Bowler. Josh Robinson is fast as hell, which
Right.
helps. And then just the safeties. I mean, the fact we didn't get a safety in this draft is okay because there was two safeties in this draft. I think worth
Robert
drafting.
Ayers should help though.
He should, but this is another guy like a Jacquez Smith.
Dude, how is Chris Conti starting in the NFL? I
don't
don't
know.
get it.
So this is a guy though, like Robert Ayers. Yeah, he should help, right?
Quan
So
Alexander.
should have George Johnson. So should have Michael Johnson. So
Right.
these are guys that like have had good seasons in the past, but don't really do anything. I think we don't really run any sort of
So
blitzing schemes. We
your
don't have any. We need our guy to put his hand in the ground and beat him one-on-one, and we just don't have the talent.
So your
for
hand
that.
in the dirt guys are Robert Ayers, Gerald McCoy, Clinton McDonald, and William Goldston.
Yeah. William Golson's great against the run, not a great pass rusher.
Well, that's what you guys need those
Clinton
guys for.
McDonald, good against the run, not a great pass rusher. McCoy still averages maybe 5 to 8 sacks, but he's more of a clogging guy in the middle. We don't have that freak athlete outside guy. How I mean,
Darryl
obviously,
Smith, Quan
of course,
Alexander.
everyone wants a Javon Curse, or one of those guys to come and just. And that's where I think Noah Spence could really help us there. Is if he could just get some pressure, if he could just play third down and come off the end and help us, and just help us, Noah, help us.
You still have Major Wright, by the way, is your second string.
He might as well be fucking cut. Cut him anyways.
Oh, man. Yeah. Well, what's up? You want to start breaking down this division in terms of ranking?
Sure. Yeah.
I mean, do you have any other last thoughts on your beloved Bucks? Because we can spend as much time as you want on them. I mean, we're doing good time-wise.
It's fucking Robert Aguayo, man. Okay.
Break that down. For all of you guys who don't know at home, the Bucks traded up in the second round to get a kicker, which was laughable at best. And then they convinced all the
idea.
Tampa faithful.
The idea
that
behind it is he's the most accurate kicker in NCAA football history.
Right.
The extra point is moved back from the 2-yard line to the 10,
Right.
the 11-yard line, whatever it is.
Sure.
More extra points were missed last year than the previous 20 years.
Right.
Right?
But the Bucks organization as a whole did a really good job of convincing everyone, including their organization themselves, that this was a smart move to go up for a kicker.
Now, this is a guy, as I just said, most accurate kicker in NCAA football history. We had Connor Barth, who was pretty good. This is supposed to be, okay, Connor Barth was like 23 to 29, something around those. So if we get those extra couple ones, that's a couple more victories. I mean, we're not losing by a lot here. Most of the games we played that we lost were close. This is a guy who's supposed to be our ice in his veins kicker, who's going to make those extra points that are.
You needed to be a Ray Guy or Vinatieri or something. Like, obviously, Ray Guy was a punter,
that's
but
the idea
Sebastian Janikowski.
behind it. He's not a guy who can kick 70-yard field goals, but he's a guy who's never missed from inside 40.
That's
He's
not
missed
what I heard.
3 in the preseason already. So
Maybe he's
that
just
was-
got the jitters, man. That's a lot. I mean, being a kicker, And I'm really trying to grasp at straws for you right here. It's not the regular season.
Yeah.
To be a kicker is arguably, it's like being a closer.
Yeah.
It's a
a
very
different mindset.
stressful job. It takes you need the ice in the veins, guys. So if he's going in and he's getting this whatever, that would make me feel good. I don't want to know that as a fan. I don't want to know that he's seeking help because what is it that some counselor is going to tell me that I can't tell myself? Like, you either have that or you don't. I would argue to say I've never been in that situation, but I would assume excuse me. I would assume that it's something you either have or you don't.
Yeah.
And
No, I mean, this is just like you said, this is a position just like a closer where you're doing nothing but thinking about what you have to do. Like you
Put yourself on a beach
there's
with a
nothing,
Corona.
There's nothing for
pretty
you to
lady.
do. There's nothing for you to do except
Go
when
through
you
the
have
motions.
to do your job.
Yeah, you go through the motions, you look, and then you block out the noise. Seabiscuit. You know what I mean? I mean, that's got to be it. And if this kid is in the fucking preseason, oh, man.
I'm not happy. I do like Noah Spence, though. I think he's going to be pretty good.
Yeah.
And sorry, I forgot my typical. I like our 6th-round pick.
Oh, yeah.
Dan?
For those of you who are this is your first episode, Billy, 1st through 3, okay. If you're a 6th or 7th rounder, you're going to the Hall of Fame.
Dan Vitale, the AK
Oh, yeah,
superback from Northwestern.
Yeah, he was a bartender in Philly, right? Oh, no, that was Dick Vitale.
That was Vince Papale, first of all, Dick. No, so this guy played the position known as superback at Northwestern. He's a guy who can play fullback, tight end, H-back, third down.
Oh, trust me, I know
blocking
who he
back.
is.
He's great, so I like him.
Yeah.
Anyways,
No,
all right, number 4. Who do you got number 4 in the NFC South?
Your boys. I got him going 8-8.
I can't. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, my 4th is New Orleans Saints. I have them at 5-11.
Excuse me. Did I say 8-8 for the Bucks?
Yeah.
I apologize. I got them going 7-9.
I'm at 2-14. 5-11. I have New Orleans Saints.
Oh, okay. I got the
Third
Saints
place.
at 3 going 8-8.
Okay, I have the Atlanta Falcons at 6-10.
I got the Panthers at 2 going 10-6.
I have Tampa Bay at 2 going 7-9.
I got Falcons going 12-4.
You're fucking nuts.
No, it's
I
not
have
as
the
bad as
Panthers
you're 1
first.
you're 1-15 with the Cleveland Browns.
That's gonna
This
happen.
is mine.
Okay.
I really like
Carolina
the Falcons.
Panthers 12-4. What do you have the Panthers at?
10-6.
Oh, okay. That's respectable. I
Yeah.
haven't been keeping up from last year. I haven't told them
I
before.
think that people are going to be gunning for Cam this year.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah, I mean,
Not like they have the ability to stop him, but I just feel like he's going to feel a lot more pressure.
or the fact that he was, the MVP last year. I'm pretty sure everyone was gunning for him.
yeah,
too.
that's true. It
was after.
and I always want to feel like Jonathan Stewart is just going to go on a decline, and he just doesn't. You know,
I always find it funny whenever it's like, well, Michael Jordan won his 3rd title, so now people are really going to start going after him.
Right.
They're really going to start
Okay,
game
men
planning.
in scoring position. We know what we're talking about. No, I got the Falcons going 12-4, man.
I hate that Falcons team.
Yeah, I think they did everything that they needed to do. But this is my game. This is my crapshoot.
Mhm.
They could go 4-12,
Yeah.
or they could go 12-4. I'm just going to go out balls to the wall, and I'm not going safe with this division
Oh,
because I don't think this is a division you can go safe with.
Okay.
I think that
I'm taking off my Bucks hat.
I think you don't have the Saints winning 7 games.
No.
Really?
Huh. They're really bad.
Yeah.
I think they're going to be fun to watch. I just think they're going to be really
You think
bad.
they're just going to keep losing?
Yes.
Like fourth quarter
Yes.
losses?
Yes.
I could see that.
And I think I just took off my Bucks hat for you guys, so I'm putting that down. I think the Bucks have done more to build their team over the last couple of years, other than Carolina, obviously, in this division. I think New Orleans have not done anything. I think the Falcons are drafting players that I'm not exactly excited about.
Sure.
There's no one. Vic Beasley last year is a guy who's a workout warrior. This year, Keanu Neal. I like Keanu Neal. I think he's going to be good. I just don't think, again, they don't have a pass rush. Tampa's one flaw is one flaw. There are multiple flaws, but I think they've done more to address their needs over the past couple of years as opposed to just inserting rookies.
I will say I am extremely impressed with the Bucks. I just don't see a sophomore quarterback doing more than 500.
Yeah.
Right now.
No, I have them 7-9.
Yeah.
I don't have them winning.
That's where I got them too. We're
7-9. I struggle.
But you have them. You have them placed where?
Second. I think it's going to be a bad division.
A really bad
I think it's gonna be
division.
a really
And
bad
you're really
division.
familiar with this division, so yeah, I probably should be riding your coattails. But I'm going to go out on a whim. This could be my make or break for the prediction plunge.
I mean, it's you got like we are saying, you got Matty Ice, you got Julio Jones,
But
you
he's
got
the biggest question mark for me.
you got
Is
Devontae
he going to
Freeman.
go off? Is he going to command that offense, or is he just going to cash in checks?
You got it. You got a head coach Dan Quinn who I like.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just you.
Yeah, Mike Smith had to go.
Yeah, you know where he went?
Where?
Tampa,
What do you got him as?
defensive coordinator.
Oh, so you got Phil Emery. Oh no, we got Phil. Falcons
No, we got
Phil Emery.
the former Atlanta Falcons offensive coordinator Dirk Cotter as our head coach, and the former Falcons head coach Mike Smith as a defensive coordinator.
Promising.
Moving on up.
Am I right?
They made the NFC Championship game one year.
You're such a good fan. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I was excited to do this NFC South because I feel like some of the divisions we've been breaking down, they're just not super exciting.
No.
You know what I mean? So this one to me, I don't even know if it's exciting, but I feel like it's opposite ends of the spectrum. I don't think,
Talking yourself into it.
yeah, I don't think this is a middle of the pack division. I think that this is like there's going to be some really bad teams, and there's going to be some really good teams. And I
Yeah.
think that the Falcons, I don't know. And you know what? If you were to ask me and look into my eyes and be like, why do you feel the Panthers are going to lose 4 more games? I couldn't tell you. I honestly don't
You
know.
have them losing 5 more games. They were 15-1.
Were they
You have them
15
at
and 1?
10 and 6.
Yeah, I got them at 10 and 6. Well,
You think Josh Norman's worth 5 games? And Sorry. Let me phrase. You think Roman Harper's worth 5 games?
Roman Harper's a beast. Roman Harper's a beast. I think there's a lot. I believe in this thing called locker room presence, and I think losing the veteran. I truly do. I mean, you can laugh at me as much as you want.
I will
but
laugh at you all
if
day.
they go 10 and 6, I'm just gonna sit back and eat my popcorn.
Go ahead.
Yeah, guys, that was it for our installment of the prediction plunge. If you stuck it all the way through, thank you so much. We are the men in
Thanks for
score.
not falling asleep, man. I appreciate that.
I don't want people to fall
No,
asleep.
Mike.
Oh, Mike.
Our
Mike, you falling asleep over there, buddy?
producer.
I think he is a little bit. That's okay. Hopefully, other people like our
Fuck
podcast.
again?
Yeah, fuck. We are the Men in Scoring Position, guys. You can follow us on Facebook, iTunes, and SoundCloud, self-titled Men in Scoring Position. You can also follow us on Twitter and Snapchat at Men in Scoring POS. If you have any suggestions for the prediction plunge, feel free to hashtag us. Or if you have any comments, thoughts, general overall points of views, does he know what he's talking about segments, trivia questions, email us at meninscoringpod@gmail.com. Billy, what do they always need to do?
Rate, review, subscribe, and tell some friends.
Tell a couple friends.
Does he know what he's talking about segment? We are going to do that today because we only do that with guests.
We usually do that with guests. It's a three-person thing. And guys,
It's a lot of fun. As he was saying, too, if this is your first time listening, what you do is you can give us a topic, and we ask the other co-host. One of us asks each other to explain it, and the guest has to discern whether or not we know what we're talking about. So if you
Absolutely.
guys have any like off-the-wall things, or you want to watch Travis or myself squirm
Yeah.
trying to convince someone that we know about badminton,
yeah.
you know, any of those, yeah, please send the suggestions.
And we've done them successfully too. They're actually one of my personal favorite segments, if I may. And also, guys, something also really exciting for us, for me, because we have been talking about it. This is our 16th episode. We've had
Wow.
a couple lost
Sweet
episodes.
16.
Sweet 16, baby.
The lost Abby Sanchez episodes.
Abby Sanchez's, oh my God, the Jessies, all this stuff. What I will say is, guys, is that we are on YouTube now. Big thanks to our producer, Mike. Let's give Mike a round of
Yeah,
applause.
Mike!
Thank you so much, Mike. So we are legit. We're on YouTube now. You can check us out, all of our promos and stuff like that. We won't video record every episode for right now due to conflicting schedules. Hopefully in the near future, every episode will be uploaded directly to YouTube and also the other social media platforms that we described. And always remember, if you show box office, if you contact Laugh Factory Chicago, and show that you follow our podcast, Men in Scoring Position, you will get free tickets to a show for
fun.
you and all your friends. But they've also got to just like us.
Just please like us.
Like us.
So you want to do a little trivia?
Yeah, I think, Mike, you have the questions, right?
Mike, actually, come on down. Come on down. Use your microphone voice.
Mike, you're blocking the camera, Mike.
It's alright. The camera loves me.
All right, you guys. So you guys are gonna share a mic, Mike. We're gonna share a mic, Mike.
I'm gonna put in my breath mints because my breath smells like shit.
Oh God, glad he's sitting next to you over there.
This is great.
Yeah. So make sure that you guys are both on the mic.
Hello.
Well, we don't have to do our porn voice. You can scoot closer to Billy too. He doesn't bite.
Today I'm men in scoring position.
Oh God, this is why he's behind the camera, guys.
All right, Mike, what's the question? What do we got?
So
Okay.
we got a couple MLB related questions,
What
correct?
are the top 10 2016 MLB home run leaders?
And that's for the actual season, correct?
For this season. Don't show me the list. Don't get out of here. I see you.
What are you doing, Mike?
Mike, show me the list. All right. How about this? Can we get a range? Like, what are the numbers?
Okay.
It's the highest and then the lowest in the top 10. That might help out a little bit.
Who would you say has like the highest speed?
Wait, what?
No. Okay.
Oh, how many home runs? Okay.
Correct. Yeah.
All right, so.
Like, what's like a high number so we can kind of gauge where to go?
What's the range? 30 to 40?
Yes, I'd say about 30 to 40 home runs.
Okay.
You'd
Can I
say
ta-
you're looking at the list.
Can I take this? Can I start? I'm gonna go. Chris.
I like-
Is Chris Bryant on that list?
I like playing this.
Let's see, Chris Bryant is. Yep, he's on the list. Number 4.
Oh, Chris Bryant's number 4, baby.
I'm going to go with Mark Trumbo.
Yeah, that's him. He's
Trumbo.
leading.
Let's see, where is.
Trumbo's got to be number 1.
All right, good. Don't pee.
Dead air.
Dead air. Hang on. I do not see Mark. Oh wait, yeah, Mark Trumbo, number 1.
All right. Nice bingo voice, Mike. Number 2, Anthony Rizzo.
Oh, he's got to be on there. He's got to be.
Dude.
Can you hear him when he's like that?
Yeah, can you hear me? Or am I in the mic?
Yeah, you're fine.
Oh, okay. Awesome. I don't think he is. What?
Don't think he is.
All right. So there was that for that trivia. Jesus. What's that? Anthony Rizzo.
No, Rizzo's not on there.
He's
Oh,
not.
wow.
Okay.
All
I
right,
thought
so-
him and Bryant were neck and neck.
All right, fine. I'll do 1, 2, let's see. 30. Nelson Cruz.
Yes, number 5.
Nice. Was Bryce Harper in there?
Bryce Harper is. Oh man, nope.
Okay.
Let's
well,
see. Let me grab that real quick. All right, so I win because you stink.
I do.
And we got Edwin Edwin Encarnacion at 35. Chris Davis tied with Chris Bryant, Nelson Cruz, and Nolan Arenado at 32. We got Todd Frazier
yeah, down on the
at
Sox.
31. Chris Carter of the Milwaukee Brewers at 30. Tied at 9 with 5 players. You got Longo, Brian Dozier, Mike Napoli, Chris Davis of Baltimore, and Big Poppy.
Big Pop. Wow, Big Poppy's up there.
Big Poppy's having
Good
a great
for
season.
him.
All right, so
All
let's
right.
do one more. Hopefully you can redeem yourself.
Yeah, our next one is the highest paid per year baseball players currently right now in
Highest
2006.
average salary.
Highest average salary.
I did wrong. I thought it was overall athletes. Top 10.
We could do overall athletes. You want to just do overall athletes?
Is that
Top 10 athletes in the world.
That's fine. Let's
does
just
that
do that.
include sponsorships?
No, just salary.
I'm not the one who looked at the list. Does that include sponsorship or is it just salary?
No, it's just salary.
Okay.
Okay.
Floyd Mayweather.
Okay, Floyd Mayweather is not on there.
Yes, he is.
Nope.
No, he is. I'm telling you, he is.
He's not.
He absolutely is. He's one of the highest.
He doesn't
paid-
get paid by a league though, so he doesn't have a salary. He gets paid by
Well, then
organization.
what list are you looking up right now?
He's the top 10 athletes who are being paid right now in the world.
By who?
Okay. I can't tell you. It's a guess on
No, but no, I'm telling you that Floyd Mayweather is the second highest paid, if not the highest paid athlete in the world. I'm
You're off. You're wrong.
I'm
Okay.
telling you,
I'm gonna
yes.
go with Clayton Kershaw.
No.
Can I see that list?
Okay. All right. So we suck at trivia. What's the answers?
No. See, this is silly. I'm telling Cam Newton is not the highest paid athlete in the world. No, it goes, I don't know, who did you get? Forbes? Highest paid athletes?
Okay. Let's hear him. Just read the top 10.
Top 10. Cristiano Ronaldo was my number 2. Lionel Messi, LeBron James, Roger Federer, Kevin Durant, Novak Djokovic, or however you say it. Djokovic, Cam Newton, Phil Mickelson, Jordan Spieth, Kobe Bryant. But it's not right, though. You know what I mean?
That's got to be based on sponsorship.
Yeah, that's got to be. Yeah, that's not right.
One of the previous pages, it had the same results like each.
That's all right.
Eh,
All right,
whatever.
Yeah, we both suck.
Yeah, we suck at trivia, man.
That's all right, Mike.
That's okay, Mike. Thank you so much for that.
Mike, you got to understand. You're great. You're
Yeah,
the
we
best.
too. We just threw you to the wolves right now. That's
Appreciate
awesome.
you. But yeah, no, you check out our promo video Mike did for us.
Yeah, dude. Thank you so much for that. By the way, guys, if you saw our promo video, that is the man behind it. Take a bow, man. Let everybody know. All right.
All right.
Awesome. Thank you so much for coming on, man. Appreciate it.
No.
So, yeah, no.
Hey, is it rude if I don't give him a handshake then, too?
A little bit. You're kind of a
Okay.
dick.
All right.
Air 5.
Can we edit that in where I give him a handshake?
No, we're not. This is a no-edit podcast. We do not edit. Floyd Mayweather. I don't even know how much Floyd Mayweather's worth.
Just know that I beat you again at trivia.
And everything. Oh, my God. I'm pretty good at these prediction or not. What's the other one we do?
Oh, hi, Curtis.
What's up, Kurt? What's the other? Does he know what he's talking about?
Yeah.
I'm pretty. I mean, it's
You're
on.
good. So basically, you're good at lying.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah. I'm amazing at lying. I'm telling you. It's so weird, though, because I'm like,
Okay. Yeah,
What's
I mean,
that?
we can end it here anyways. I was planning on ending it here.
okay, guys. How much do we got? 2 seconds. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning
love
in to
you.
Men in Scoring Position. Follow us on Facebook, social media, all our platforms. Mike, thank you for coming on.
Yeah, thanks, Mike.
Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Thanks, Mike.